cost me millions of dollars to win this trophy. I stepped into the highest stakes in tournament poker and got obliterated.
Oh my God, the nastiness. Seth Davies showered.
19 tournaments, nothing to show for it, but a bunch of losses. I lost about $1.3 million on those 3 trips. And if you don't have the emotional stability to make it through that, you're just gonna get shredded and you're not gonna be in the game for long. An extra $1 million. That's how much playing the full schedule at the next Triton Madrid is gonna cost. And honestly, given my results up until this point, doubt was a massive factor. This is the highest level of poker. These are the best players in the world, and I still hadn't proven I could compete. 5 tournaments into Madrid, still no results. But then, a huge opportunity presented itself. I'm sitting in my 20th Triton tournament ever. Yeah, you heard that right, 20. But all of a sudden, 75K no limit tournament. I'm sitting 3-handed with 2 of the biggest, most monster crushers in the world, Michael Addamo and Stephen Chidwick. And this was right when Addamo was coming off one of the biggest heaters in tournament poker history. He won everything. He was playing insane.
Oh, wow.
It's this guy right
Wow,
here.
the ultimate pressure from Addamo.
An extremely tough player to play with, just absolutely runs people over. And he was feeling himself at the time. He was just playing with so much confidence. And then in the other corner, we have Stephen Chidwick, who needs no introduction, right?
Stephen Chidwick had them right where he wanted them.
Unanimously one of the best to ever do it. Just a monster of precision, live reads.
Can he solve one more? This would be an incredible call down. Wow, Chidwick.
Emotional control, just everything that I talked about. Just an absolutely bulletproof type of poker player. Playing for 1.5 million or so, a big enough cash that it could wipe out most, if not all, my losses up to that point. Now let's get into some hands from that 75K no limit final table.
And here, Seth Davies with the big hand, 3-handed, ace-10 suited, also the shortest stack at the moment.
I think versus the button open, ace-10 suited is a close but worthy hand of a 3-bet here. There's a lot of worse hands that are going to continue, particularly suited Broadway type hands that I want to call, and potentially worse hands that can go all in. I'm going to get stacked by a better hand like ace-king, ace-queen. I have ace-10 suited in the big blind. I go ahead and shoot it up to 8.5 big blinds over his 2.25 open.
Kind of an interesting spot, Henry. This is like a very good hand, 3-handed. So the question is he going to send it in or is he going to take us to a flop? Are they deep enough?
Shove is a good option. He has good removal for my value hands like kings and queens, whereas a lot of my bluffs should come from hands like ace-5 offsuit, ace-4 offsuit. So he's a pretty good hand at getting me to fold with an all-in, getting better hands to fold. So call is never too bad here when you have king-queen. He can flop top pair, get it in.
Yeah, it does. Just take it back upstairs.
He does go for the shove. He does put us in, and you know I didn't 3-bet ace-10 suited to fold it here. It's not one of my bluffs. So here we are, off to the races. Huge pot here.
Seth knew once he 3-bet this was for value, and he's going to run it and gets to see slight favorite. It is an important pot, and Seth looking to hold here and
6 million in the pot. If I win it, I'm the chip leader now. I'll have 6 to Addamo's 4, and Stevie will be left with 2. So critical moment in the tournament for both of us here.
Wow.
oh, what a spicy door card, an ace behind it.
Great flop for me, and we're about to roll towards a huge double up. Beautiful 7 of spades on the turn.
1 card only left in the deck and 5 outs one time. You see that percent 11, about 2.2% per out. Crucial double for Seth Davies. Well played.
There we are, 6.3 million now. Stevie down to 2.1. We saw Mike had 4.2. So huge shift in my equity in the tournament and great spot for me now.
Yeah, it gets the injuries. Modern day cooler, Jeff.
Yeah.
King Queen versus ace-10, button versus big blind for 30.
These are the moments that completely change the trajectory of everything. Chidwick is short. If I can get him out and beat Addamo, that's 1.5 million. And I'm basically out of the hole. But if I bust in third, that's almost $1 million less. All the money is up top. This is where you have to make the situation count.
Okay, look at that. Pocket eights. 13 big blinds. Probably thinking, okay, do I raise, try to induce, or do I just open jam myself for 13 big blinds? I think both plays are viable.
He's immediately got a decision between whether he wants to go all in or just raise small. 13 big blinds is quite short. 8's a pretty good pair though. If he has a smaller pair, I think he'll just go all in, but I think he has just high enough that he wants to go ahead and go for the min raise. Try to induce some hands that dominate him, that he dominates, to go all in. Like if Mike has pocket fives or if I have pocket deuces, maybe ace five, something like that.
Look at those Chidwick going for the min on the button.
That's what Stevie's going for here. I have the 10-6 suited in the big blind. Very happy to call here. It's a min raise, getting a fantastic price. This is the type of hand that I'm looking to flop something. And I do. This is a great flop for me. Gut shot, overcard, flush draw.
I mean, this is just finding its way in the middle, I guess. Don't see Davies just check calling, and I don't see Chidwick folding eights.
It's a great feeling to flop something. Okay, I can get all in on this flop. I'm very happy. Here, even though I'm sitting on 10 high, but I have so much equity to hit my draws or my overcard that I will be happy to get all in on this flop. So
He's gonna check.
yeah, I'm not going to lead on this board. You know, he's got a lot of good hands pre-flop.
I think he should be firing this 10-6. It seems there's a decent chance that Chidwick is just holding two big cards, right? Like king queen. And he's got so much equity in case someone does happen to make a call.
The 5 falls on the turn, and here I'm just absolutely going to be betting my hand.
Yeah, he's just trying to figure out what sizing to go for. I think I would like to see a bigger bet. I wouldn't want to see one of these third pot bets.
I really want to just get him to fold when he has, say, ace-king suited, ace-queen suited. I'm never getting him to fold if he has aces or some kind of slow played overpair, or any pair for that matter. My goal here is really to just use a size that I can make his life hard when he has, say, ace-king of spades, ace-queen of spades. So something small, not too small. I can't just go, say, 200,000 into 1.1 million, or he will have too good of pot odds to draw out on a hand like a 9 or a 7. So I want to go a little bigger than that. And I do go for the half pot sizing. I think this is nice. I can comfortably bet any 9 or 7 to this size. And if I do have a huge hand like a 5 or a straight, or maybe slow play aces, I could play aces pre-flop this way. If I have one of those hands, I have no trouble getting all in by the river. Because if he does call this bet, there's going to be 2.2 in the pot, and he'll only have 1.7 left.
Yeah, Chidwick wow.
Brutal.
Never really jams versus the half pot turn probe. Davies does get there now with the eights and the heart.
I know Davies likes to go for big value, so I'm expecting just an open jam for all the chips.
The question is, do I want to slow play to try to get him to bluff, or should I just put it in myself? And I think the answer is just absolutely put it in myself. And honestly, I don't think I would really slow play anything here. When I bet the turn to half pot, I am generally saying I have a hand that is better than what you have. And if I was to give up on the river, I'm basically saying I had a draw that missed.
I feel like there's just far too many bluffs from Davies here after flop goes check.
If Davies was bluffing that turn, this is one of the better cards to be continuing your bluff, right? You expect a double flush draw.
I go ahead and put it in. He's got some good things going for him and some bad things going for him. The good things are he has a heart, so it makes it harder for me to have a flush. He has 2 8s, so it's harder for me to have 6-8 straight. But he also has the negative effect of interacting with 10-8 and Jack-8, which are very good bluff hands for me. So
See if he can do it again.
Wow. Take a bow, Stephen Chidwick. Three-handed play not going his way.
huge spot for me. Addamo is leading with 6.5 million. I have 5 million of my own, and Chidwick is down to just 1 million. 5 big blinds on the button. There's a $350,000 pay jump right around the corner. But Chidwick's not going down without a fight. He goes ahead and goes all in for his last 5 big blinds. Open ender to the nuts and backdoor hearts. We're sitting exactly 50-50. Very big spot. 2.4 in the middle, a chance to knock Stevie Chidwick, one of the best players in the world, out in third and get heads up.
What is going on?
Back to 2.3 million.
We double Stevie up. We're sitting at 20 big blinds now while Stevie is up to 11. He's back in the game. You can never count out players of this caliber. And Stephen Chidwick reminded everybody why.
Wow,
Snap
Chidwick.
call.
Ooh, to go from 5 big blinds, Nano, to chip leader of this tournament. Has Addamo dominated as well? Are you a believer yet? Stephen Chidwick had them right where he wanted them.
The chip leader, they can hold here.
Hold he does.
I can't believe it.
Neither can I mean.
Seth Davies can't believe it. Addamo cannot believe it. But you know what? Blinds are up. Let's just make
Wow.
it shallow.
and then I go card dead for an hour. I ended up getting pocket 3s, but they're no good against Stevie's pocket 10s. And that was the last significant hand of the tournament for me.
Wow. Okay.
You got a feel for Davies, right? This
You do.
guy's been folding all day. I mean, not all day, for the past hour, and then he gets this. This is not fair.
We are heads up. GG's in the chat for Seth Davies.
So the 75K didn't go exactly how I wanted it. We ended up in third place for about 660,000. A nice chunk of change, but when you're sitting there knocking on the door of 1.5 million, always a little bit disappointing, but it was fantastic to get this monkey off my back. You know, it was a long period of not getting some positive reinforcement here. So being able to walk away from that tournament with 600,000 in profit, not only just a small cash, but a really, really nice cash. I was feeling pumped up. You know, I was feeling like I belonged. I was feeling like I was back. I was feeling rejuvenated. Bunch more tournaments to go in the trip. Ready to crush. 50K, 100K, 50K, no luck. And that's a decent portion of my winnings gone again. But I'm still in the fight, and this is a big one. The 100K short deck main event, and I made the final table. 1.8 million for first. This one's even bigger than the 75K. And this next hand is absolutely brutal.
Shortest of all stacks will belong to the American Seth Davies, and there is the prize pool, a total of 6 million euros collected.
Very easy shove for me at this point. I'm gonna be shoving a lot of hands. My only move here is all in. It gets back around to Makita. He has ace queen suited. He's not going anywhere. I suppose all he's considering right now is whether he just wants to call the 400,000 or put it in himself. Either way, we're off to the races here. I'm sitting on 59% chance to win the hand. He's got 32, so he does just call. So I will play some money behind.
I guess he's also debating maybe he can just call and see what develops. Yeah. So once again, this half pot thing might work out, might not.
59% to really get back in this thing, and that's a beautiful flop. That 59 is going to jump up quite a bit. Let's see exactly what percentage I'm working with here.
Dream scenario for Davies, and this is probably going to earn him a double.
I think Makita should just go all in here. It's very possible I have some type of suited Broadway hand, like king queen suited, king jack suited, a second pair type of hand he doesn't want to have a chance to check back. So I think he'll just put me in here. Any way you cut it, the money's going in on the flop here. If he checks, I'm putting it in. Here we go. 95% chance to get back in it. This is a huge tournament, by the way. This is the 100K short deck main event. We're talking millions at play here.
And it goes Makita asking for a count. Obviously not the development he was hoping for.
Straight draw on the turn, it's short deck, so there's no bricks in the deck. People say always a sweat and no limit, but there it is. Short deck is even worse.
Oh my god, the nastiness.
That is ridiculous.
Short deck on full display.
Ollie?
Seth Davies showered.
Devastating run out there. That, I mean, completely demoralizing way to exit this tournament. To really put that into perspective, 94% chance to win that pot. If I double up there, I'm basically tied in chips with Haxton and Chidwick, and I'm in a real spot to get back in the game. 1.8 million for first, 1.3 million for second. That's how tournament poker works. You lose a lot to find yourself running deep here and there. And those deep runs, you need to survive as long as you can because the last few places change everything. One more shot in Madrid, and it's the biggest tournament of the entire stop. $150,000 buy-in, 1.75 million up top. We're at the final table and I'm second in chips. At this point, it feels like I'm finally gonna make a real run. But then I find myself in a massive spot versus none other than my closest friend, Jason Kuhn.
It seems the way to approach this final table right now is try to become the chip leader and just rip it in on people because no one's calling you ever unless they've got aces or kings.
Jason Kuhn going all in under the gun with pocket kings, and I wake up with ace king suited, and you know I'm not going anywhere.
Ace king suited for Davies. Is he going to make this call?
No, he's
Or is
asking
this
for a
an
count.
ICM respect situation?
They're literally neck and neck in chips.
There are situations in short deck where you're very, very tight to call off, and I could potentially think about folding a hand like ace king suited, but this is definitely not one of the situations.
There are 2 stacks shorter than both of these guys in Greenwood and DeVoris.
I have a premium, you know, even though in short deck, the hands are very close, like you can see here, the win percentage is 51% versus 45%. You gotta let it fly, so.
Wow.
And when it's suited, man, it makes you a little bit tempted. He makes the call.
Uh-oh.
This is a huge spot.
Beyond huge. 4.275 million, and you know who loves to see it? Greenwood and Davies, as whomever loses this pot, provided it isn't a chop, is going to be left with vapors or vanquished already.
Me and my best homie in a big race, playing for huge money, 5-handed in a gigantic tournament, 150K buy-in short deck, millions on the table.
This is the tournament for either of these guys. Club in the window, but no more behind it. The Ace-King has 3 outs twice
I want to keep all you guys
for the time being. Turn card presents a opportunity with the 10, 6 or an ace for the win. And the river pairs the board, and the 2 kings of Jason Kuhn are going to all but bust Seth Davies. How below EV are you going to run in these things, Seth?
Board runs out clean for him. I'm out in 5th. A little disappointed, but $460,000 in cash helps a little bit. And also, I got to see my best friend go on to win the tournament for huge numbers and collect his 8th Triton trophy at the time. I have nearly a decade of high-stakes poker tournament experience under my belt. You guys let me know what you want me to cover. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time.